What's up, everybody? Good evening. Welcome. We made it to another Friday, episode 6 of the Sports Head. I'm your brother, your friend, Bobby Fran. With us is Andrew the Giant. Boneloads out on the West Coast, joining us, hanging out with the brother and the friend, and moderate the chat is our boy Bobby Nick. How y'all doing tonight, fellas?
Hey, we are live.
We are live, people.
We
What's
are
up, Andrew?
live from Andrew Bobby's crib and Bobby's crib.
Woo! How you doing today, brother? What'd you do to yourself today, Andrew? What kind of day did you have? Do anything special?
It could have been better, could have been worse.
Yeah.
It's all
Yeah.
good.
It's all good. I bet you were looking forward to being.
William Dobbs just the country breed way deep.
Oh boy!
Oh,
And here we go. We're starting off the sports with the up-to-the-minute sports. I know Andrew's watching the Brewers play the Reds, so he's in his glory over there. How you making out there on the West Coast today, Bones?
Good, man. It's cooling down. Yeah, it was a little warm earlier. It's been hot this whole damn week, but feeling pretty good right now. Nice little breeze going through here. Yeah.
Excellent, dude. Yeah, it's kind of hot here on the East Coast. It's about 93 out there today, kind of muggy and everything. How about you, Bob Nick? What's the weather up there since we're talking about it? How you doing?
Yeah, right?
It's about 22 Celsius. I don't know what that would be in Fahrenheit. We go by Celsius here.
Man,
so.
I don't want to do
Yeah.
that. I come here to talk sports and hang out with you and everything.
I don't know. It's probably in like the 70s or something.
22, carry the one.
Right on.
Plus,
I have no idea. We'll go with that.
I gotta look back at my Celsius conversion chart.
There you go.
Yeah. I mean,
We'll have to get Alexa.
It's confusing. That's the only thing about, when I'm talking to people who live in the States, if I'm talking about weather, I don't know what they're telling me, and they don't know what I'm telling them.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Tell you, Alexa, what's 33 Celsius?
In Fahrenheit, yeah.
Alexa,
22.
Yeah, I was going to say it's 22. I thought you said.
Alexa, what is 22 Celsius in Fahrenheit?
22 degrees Celsius is 71.6 degrees Fahrenheit.
Not bad.
That's what I said. I said 70.
That's
was pretty good.
You said 71.6, didn't you?
Well,
excellent job, Andrew.
I said 70. I was
That's cool.
Who's our guest there, Andrew? Who we got?
I didn't even know Andrew
today?
had Alexa.
Is it the Vinny man?
Hello.
Hey, what's up, Vinny? How you doing today?
Mr. Vinny.
I'm doing very well. How are you guys?
Very good. We're doing good, man. Just hanging out here on a Friday. We're about to do Andrew's sports whip around, what Andrew loves to do, talk about all the sports that is sports.
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah,
He had
bro.
something running on his tablet right here. I was like, how do you have that going, the TV and your podcast? I don't understand.
Like I said, he's a
Stays
human
up to
sports
date,
ticker.
yeah.
He's
I don't
a
know who's
multitasker, that guy.
I don't know who's telling who what, but Andrew's got it all covered, and we're about to get into it. So welcome,
That's
everybody.
right.
All right, Andrew, you ready?
Bro.
We should do a segment on the show here that we should find lesser known sports from other countries that people don't know about.
I just want to say we got Scott Fitzpatrick watching. We got Blunt Girl. Hey,
What's up, buddy?
guys.
Good to see you, man. Good to see you up in chat. And Blunt Girl, hey, what's up?
Yeah, Blunt Girl.
What's happening? Hello. Good evening. Happy Friday, Blunt Girl.
You like that idea?
Yeah, man. You have to research that a little bit, huh?
There's some pretty gnarly sports in other countries, dude.
Yeah. Got like
There's
cricket.
this one. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I've seen this one sport where these dudes like fist fight each other, but there's like a ball and a goal. It's really crazy. Yeah.
And then we
Can't even
covered some of
describe
our alternate sports a couple weeks ago. We did the hockey fights without the hockey, right?
That
and they
was
did
cool.
the fan-controlled football. So, yeah, there's lots of different sports. But now we're about to get down to talking to all the sports that me and Andrew and Boneloads have been chatting about all week, and we're going to share it with you. You ready to go, brothers?
Yep.
Yeah.
Has
All right, let's do this.
anyone been keeping tabs on WWE? Boneloads, Bobby Nick, everyone.
But I know about the lawsuit and McMahon excused him or stepped down as CEO temporarily while they do the investigation.
Andrew, is he not going to be on SmackDown tonight? Why aren't you changing the channel to watch that?
Andrew's head's going to be spinning trying to keep up with all this. But
I know.
We're going to start off, Andrew, with
somebody flip over to SmackDown real quick because I don't know.
Yeah, you got to see this.
Andrew, I'm currently busy doing a podcast as you are, brother. So let's stick with this. All right, here we go.
Yeah.
So the first thing Andrew sent me this week was our boy. I say that humorously. Jeff Hardy from the AEW was arrested yet again on multiple charges, including DUI. What do you have to say about this, Andrew?
It's time for him to spend several months, if not a year, in jail. Obviously, he's not going to change, so something needs to be kick him in the ass to make him stop, because obviously nothing.
Well, has it been revealed? Has it been revealed what substances he was caught on? You know, like
he was. Let's say, according to the Volusia County jail records, Hardy was booked into jail at 12:45 a.m. on charges of driving without a license, canceled, suspended, or revoked, violation of restrictions placed on a driver's license, and DUI for drugs and alcohol, and a third offense within 10 years. So that's kind of Andrew's point. Is that that's why he's thinking that something more drastic has to be done to him, because he's had chance after chance. The story this time is he was at a Dave & Buster's, and he left Dave & Buster's inebriated. Now, we know anyone that's been a fan for wrestling for years know that wrestling industry is rife with drug and alcohol abuse. But I mean, these days when you have Uber and ride sharing, this is just kind of inexcusable. You know, I can't say that I fault him. We all have our vices and everything, but how many times you got to, get kicked in the ass before you realize, hey man, I need to take a cab or a Uber home. So that's kind of where I find fault with him. Not so much that there are guys out there that are on drugs and alcohol, basically.
Yeah. Do what you want. Hurt yourself all you want, but don't hurt anybody else. That. I consider vehicles a weapon. Seriously.
Oh yeah.
Like you can literally kill somebody, and especially if you're inebriated.
Especially under those conditions, by the way. I totally agree with you.
Yeah, no one wants to pay for that $100 Uber, but it's like it's totally worth it over a DUI.
No doubt.
Take a train or take a bus some of the way and walk the rest of the way home or something. It's like do what you got to do. Just don't drive.
I think he needs to spend at least 2 or 3 years in jail.
Whoa! Minimum. Judge Andrew is coming down hard.
That's a long time. But
some places they probably would make him, with that 3
there you go.
drunken driving
girls with you,
within 10 years.
One girl in the chat. We love seeing you. We appreciate you. They are weapons.
One girl, let us know if you ever let us know if you ever want to report on some Oregon stuff.
Oh yeah. I seen her in the Discord chat all excited last football season, so we might have to get her on here and let us know what it's all about.
Amen.
2 or 3 years tops, if not more, for.
I can't say I disagree with you, Andrew. Considering we know the history of he's had so many chances. What do you say? Is this at least his 3rd arrest for this, right?
3rd.
Yep.
Yeah. Andrew was asking me if I thought this mugshot looked like the other 2 mugshots.
Yeah.
He said that one looks like the one before. So
he's looking rough, man.
Yeah. And it's terrible because he was about to be on his last run. He just reunited with his brother after having a history of these ups and downs in his career. He just reunited with his brother Matt in AEW. They were going to do like a tag team run, and that was going to be right off into the sunset. And I don't know if that's going to happen now. So
they might release him.
Yeah,
the next he'll get released.
No word on how that's going yet.
Yeah, good call.
No,
they suspended him.
They did suspend him.
That's fair.
For how long?
Undisclosed amount of time.
Oh, that's no good. Well, he might have screwed up. Well, he did screw up. Obviously, he screwed up. But, I mean, he might have screwed his career for sure.
I think he's going to have to show.
If I was Tony Khan, this might be a bit too harsh, but I would have released him, fired him immediately.
All right.
Yeah, well, I
guess
mean,
we'll
you
have
know,
to,
that's his third strike,
Ooh.
so
Yeah.
we'll have to see how that all plays out there, Andrew. I bet he's glad that you're not in charge, though, brother.
I was just thinking that was a harsh sentence. But, you know,
Because
you got to send a message somewhere.
he already had 3 strikes. What's it gonna be for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9?
Yeah, well, I don't think
You're out,
he'll get
pal.
that far. You know, like he'll end up killing somebody.
Got a
Something.
message from Blunt Girl to Boner. Love you, Boner. See you, Boneloads.
Boner, I love that.
There you go. Football is your jam. I know. I saw you in that Discord. We're gonna get you on here when I see you all excited about football. We're gonna get you in here, Blunt Girl, no doubt. All right. Our next quick story for wrestling, Andrew, is Sasha Banks.
This hasn't been confirmed or denied by the source or the person, but supposedly she was released.
Yeah, so there's within the last 24 to 48 hours, there's a lot of rumor going around that Sasha Banks was released from the WWE. And to refresh you real quick, she was the one that a couple episodes ago we discussed. She surrendered, her and her tag team partner surrendered their belts to Vince McMahon during a live broadcast of WWE Raw and basically walked out of the arena. And since they've been just like put on the back burner, and obviously they're not getting their belts back. But this is interesting that her release kind of coincides with the other story that we were talking about, which was Vince McMahon, right, Andrew?
I think she was the one that brought it to a head. I really do.
The timing is interesting because there's been lots of basically wrestling rumor around about Vince is this or Vince is that, and to go this long in his career before a story about hush money come out seems to be kind of fascinating to me that he made it this long without a story like this. Number one,
Yeah,
well, I'm sure a guy like
money.
that has had to pay hush money quite a few times.
Yeah,
exactly, and that's why I'm fascinated with the coinciding with the Sasha Banks leaving the company.
I got an accusation myself. I think he's been sleeping with the female stars.
Oh, well, that's your opinion there, Andrew.
Yeah.
Well.
Oh yeah.
That's the whole. So that's
preying on the female talent. Yeah. Sadly.
Right. And I know Bobby and Nick, I've seen you express opinion about this.
Yes, I have.
Yeah. So I know, and I appreciate it. So I'm gonna put you up here now. We were talking about how that's about hush money and whatever, and who knows what. And your opinion of this is,
I think it should be all between him and his wife. Like, I mean, it says that he paid money out of his personal funds. So, I don't see anything illegal in that.
Right. So it's not as long as connected to the company. Right.
Yeah. I mean, if he would have gave her a bunch of stocks or something, then
yeah, that's one legal hurdle. Right. Because I mean, if they took it out of company money, then that would have looked much worse on the surface and all. But
I mean, there's been a lot of scandal in the WWE before, and nothing really came of it. So
but,
I don't know. I think him stepping down shouldn't be a thing. He shouldn't have to step down. That's just my personal opinion, though.
I don't think anything's gonna come of it, to be honest. So why not leave him in?
Yeah, like I mean, he doesn't have the title of CEO anymore, but he's still going to be running the company.
Yeah, it didn't sound like he really did anything criminal in nature. Just more, it was just kind of like he's just cheating on his wife. Yeah, exactly. It's a moral, yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I can't find
moral
shady, but not illegal necessarily.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just bad look.
Yeah.
Does anyone have SmackDown on?
I do not. And Andrew, for those who might not know, Andrew, let everybody know who the interim CEO is going to be.
Stephanie McMahon.
Of course.
And Stephanie McMahon is Vince McMahon's daughter, for those of you who are not in tune to the WWE.
Is she married Triple H?
Yes, that's right.
Yes,
and Triple H, he was running the NXT division for a long time. Yeah, so there's lots of family So basically, that's why it's not really stepping down. It's kind of stepping sideways, right? And so he can go run the company like this, run the company like that. You know, he can.
Exactly.
He's still going to have influence on the company, so it is kind of.
Where did
He lost his title. He did not lose his job.
where did
Yep.
the freaking
And yeah, they have to do that. I think as far as the legal proceedings, he can't probably be in a part of it while they're doing an investigation. Like he has to like separate himself from like his position.
I guess, yeah. I mean, like, will he be reinstated as CEO if he's found not guilty or whatever?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Sure.
I guess.
Yeah.
And from my understanding is it's going to be the board or an internal investigation. So like when it's kind of, it could be like the we had a similar investigation in Washington where the owner basically investigated himself with his own lawyers, and guess what? He found himself not guilty of anything. So
Oh shit!
We found nothing wrong with the lawyers that I paid to tell you there was nothing wrong. So,
yeah,
allegedly. All right, we're going to touch on this next topic real quick. There's been a lot of controversy.
Where my fucking remote is.
I have to call Vinny in. Vinny!
That's great.
Damn.
All right, we'll see if he responds. But in the meantime,
what is this?
Like I've said in past episodes that I'm not even the biggest golf fan, if you will. Let's see. We got Blunt Girl saying the live golf thing is wild. Yes, we're about to get into it, Blunt Girl. Thank you. Yeah, so I'm like I said, I'm not the biggest golf guy, but I see it, with my father-in-law and through family and incidental time. And I watched that celebrity thing with Tom Brady a couple weeks ago. But you can't help but hear this story about this live golf. And for those who might not know, basically it's a new golfing sanctioning body that's competing with the PGA Tour, and they've lured professional golfers away with big money. The big controversy around them is that they are Saudi Arabian government-backed organization, and so people are kind of haven't taken a hands-off approach to this, and there's some controversy about whether it's ethical to be accepting this money and playing or not. So I don't know if any of you boys have seen any of this or heard it, and what do you think about a competitor to the PGA, but they just happen to be backed by Saudi Arabia? Do you have any issue with that?
It just really depends. Yeah, I think I would have to know more about like who exactly is backing it. Is it like a government backed thing? And and I mean, it should only be fair that they get their own golf. I don't know how oppressive this place is exactly. I know there's a lot of like corruption, like the Saudi billionaires and.
But you know what?
But,
I've seen
it's hard for me to say.
I've seen some real progress in Saudi Arabia. Like they're letting women drive now, and all kinds of good steps forward in their cultural issues. They're becoming more maybe westernized, I guess.
Yeah. So I guess if it helps them take a step forward in that direction, then I'm all for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and it's interesting in comparison to other countries that don't have the best human rights records or themselves, and we rely on them for our daily energy supply and business and goods and services and all.
Well, look at how much stuff we have coming from China.
Exactly, my friend. Right, and all you hear is 1 week after another about human rights abuses, or I'm sure there's a list over there too. So that's kind of what I find interesting about this whole live thing. It's like, is it okay for the things the human rights abuses we've already accepted to survive, but there's a problem with this one? So I guess I'm just asking myself, like, where is the line in all of this?
Yeah, I mean, totally. We're not like perfect either. We kind of invaded their neighbors.
I was going to make that point too, Boneloads. I mean, I brought up China, but one could argue that the United States and China and probably a laundry list of other countries probably don't have the best human rights records to be pointing fingers at others.
It wasn't very interesting. It was just welcome to SmackDown shit.
Welcome to SmackDown shit.
But
that's what Vince said? That like he was on TV already?
No. Yeah?
Now he's gonna carry them into the next half hour or something. They're gonna drag that shit out.
Probably.
Shut up. He came out like, Rah! We have to see that. No wonder Andrew wanted to watch that.
Yeah, it's a tough one. I'd be curious what you think. Yeah, I see you say it's a tough one, Blunker, and I do agree with that. It is, and I don't know where the line is. I could probably make excuses to why I shouldn't be using certain goods and services or gas and energy, and also I'll just
they got a big name too. Like I think Dustin Johnson or somebody is
they
like
got
full-time
Phil Mickelson
LIV.
and Dustin Johnson are their two top guys.
Like he's not even playing PGA anymore. Just LIV tournaments.
That's right.
Yeah.
And there's what I understand, there's a lot of money involved, and even the people that don't make the cut for the final round, my understanding is that even the last place player gets money, and that doesn't happen in the American tournaments. From
and some good money will make you look the other way.
There you go. Same here. Yeah. So it's just a dilemma. So to each their own. I'm not going to judge anybody if they go, oh, you watch that live golf shit, how dare you, or you're so terrible of a human being because you choose to follow it or not. But it does seem that people are like kind of drawing a line and taking a stance on it. So I just found that kind of interesting.
Yeah, like damn, this is kind of morally wrong, but that new car is kind of nice.
Exactly. Exactly.
I think Riddle and Roman Reigns is totally going to be a squash. It's not even going to last 5 minutes. Spear, done.
Yeah, you don't think they're gonna flip anything?
Nope.
All right, we're gonna do a little baseball now, Andrew. Now, Andrew, up to the minute, up to the last half hour before we go on air, is sending me sports information, and here's what he sent me. The Los Angeles Angels announced that Anthony Rendon will miss the rest of the season and undergo surgery on his right wrist. Andrew.
They should release him from his contract. That's the biggest bust since Pujols. Waste of money. They should never have given that 5-year deal. He never stayed healthy. He barely been on the field like a half a season during the contract. So what's the point of having him under contract if he can't stay healthy?
Good point. They might have to do like an injury settlement contract with him and move on. They'll have to make that decision. Boneloads,
totally.
You're out there in LA. You got any local flavor on this? Any feeling, or the fans worried about this?
He hasn't done anything, since he came over from the Nationals. He literally hasn't done anything. He hasn't even been on the field. So, it's kind of like you can't miss what's not there, know? Yeah. So there's not much. There's not much sentiment in that regard.
You kind of agree with me? Why keep him on?
Oh, totally. Yeah, I don't think they can flat out release them just because baseball, they have the players have those rights. I said too many rights. The players have, it's pretty sure it's all guaranteed. So they'd have to do like a
one girl is asking all the important questions, like Gina wants to know. Does he have a nice ass? See,
we can look into that and we'll report on it.
One girl, I guess. So
yes,
you might have. Yeah, that might have to be something you can report back to us.
If he's got a nice ass, I say keep him.
I appreciate so much seeing you in the chat, Blunker, and having fun. I'm glad you're here tonight. I hope you're having a nice drink. I'm having a drink I won't specify. Alcoholic beverage, beer. Hey, Ken, what's up, man? I see you behind Andrew. How you doing tonight, buddy?
Not too bad. Not too bad.
Hey, Ken.
Hey, how's it going, everybody?
The Viking.
The Viking.
Yeah. Very good. It's good to see you tonight. All right, well, we're going to move on to our next topic, and that is we finally have a winner in.
Could you move the controller over?
The NBA Finals, Andrew.
Getting in the way of the box.
What do you think, Bones?
In the way of the box.
You guys are the basketball guys.
So, is Steph Curry one of the greatest NBA players of all time?
That's very interesting you asked that because Boneloads sent me that question in chat the other night.
Yeah, I was curious to see what you had to say.
Let me so basically, do you remember what you said to me, Boneloads? You were like, "Hey Bob, do I think that Steph Curry deserves what?
A seat at the table with MJ, LeBron, and Kobe. And I think he does. Yeah, I think he I don't know if he's better than those guys, but I think he's definitely an all-time great and probably put himself in the top 5. Arguably with yesterday's win for sure. I think he gets a seat at the table with the big guys, Kobe, LeBron, and Michael Jordan for sure.
What say you, Andrew, our other basketball specialist? Do you believe that Steph Curry belongs in the upper ilk of basketball Hall of Fame
Yes.
with Jordan and all the others?
I think he's better than LeBron.
Ooh, controversy, Andrew. Bring in the heat.
They got the same amount of championships now.
I think he's
They're
better
tied at 4.
than LeBron because LeBron's an asshole.
Hey,
Yeah, and you
tell
can
us what you
argue
really
that he-
think there, buddy.
You can argue that he changed the game. You know, everyone's shooting the 3-pointers now. You know, Shaq changed the game. Wilt Chamberlain
God.
changed the game. You know, Steph Curry's changed the game. Everyone's shooting threes. The whole game is completely different now because of him.
Yeah.
So,
And this one seems to be like right on the heels of LeBron. He's like right there. It's almost the same, pretty much the same generation, right? It's not like it's the
yeah,
separate,
LeBron has 7 years on him. LeBron was in the league for like 7 years before Steph was drafted.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Blunt Girl says for
Very
sure.
good.
Yes to Steph.
yeah, I'm happy for them. You know, they to work their way back and
Reds hit back-to-back home runs.
She's also drinking Fireball.
nice.
Oh yeah.
Reds just hit
Oh, thanks,
back-to-back
Blunt Girl.
home
Thanks, Blunt Girl. Hopefully that's you talking and not the blunt the fireball, but I'll take it either way. Pretty soon this beer I'm drinking, Michelob, will be talking. So
He's trying to expose himself again.
Yeah, I'm happy for them.
All
You know, they
Reds
definitely deserve their
just
place
hit
in history.
back-to-back home runs.
Well, so I think we talked a couple weeks ago. Didn't it seem like that Boston had the momentum early in the series, Boneloads, or am I mistaken on that?
Oh yeah, yeah. They
Yeah, I mean, I was hearing all Steph's hurt, and this could be it. He could be over. He could be injured forever and never play well. This never be at a championship game again or any. I was hearing all that stuff, right?
yeah, and they were coming off the 7-game series versus the Heat, and Warriors were resting, and they were up 2-1, and we're at home. Going into Game 4. So yeah, it was like it could have been 3-1 easily.
Yeah, and then suddenly, like he hit it like another level. He was playing injured and just like went into the zone or something, and just took over the series.
Yeah, that Game 4 Steph
went off.
Yeah,
he went
that was
off,
him.
as they say in sports. This is for Blunt Girl. There you go, little kiss for her. We love seeing you in the
Blunt
chat.
Girl's awesome. Blunt Girl's
I
cool.
think he's even more dangerous hurt, to be honest with you.
So that's interesting, and that's going to be the I guess the conversation, not controversy, moving forward. And I thought that was really good, Bones. You were like on it like right away, like, okay, so is he at the table now? Does he deserve to be spoken of with those guys? And I think we all kind of believe that he does, because it's a guy that can put the team on his back by himself. Like you said, he just played injured, and as Andrew said so eloquently, he went off. So
yeah,
I think we all determined that he is that dude, as they say.
Yeah. You can't really, you can't help but give it up to those guys, especially him.
All right,
he was the top guy.
All right.
What
yes, he was.
Is Kunzel doing? Back-to-back home runs, and still leaving the guy in. This is why I second guess him as a manager sometimes.
What's the score, Andrew?
4-4.
Oof.
4-4. Uh-oh. All right, so we're going to move on to the NHL now. The Stanley Cup finals are going on. So that was the NBA finals. So that championship has been determined.
I gotta do a plug real quick for Mr. Brett Hatley.
Let me get you on the screen. Hang on. There we go. Hit your plug, brother.
Happy 53rd birthday, brother. I know you have a birthday soon.
Happy birthday there, Brent Hatley.
Yeah, happy birthday, Brent.
I saw it out there on Twitter.
Birthday,
he said, since he put it out in public, he said he turned 51. So shout out Brent Hatley.
I'll have to tweet him
51
or something.
Man. All right,
build him a cake or
so
something.
now we'll move on to the Stanley Cup. Stanley Cup finals are going on.
Girl is 15 years younger than him.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Uh-oh, yeah, sounds like he's winning if you ask me. But I think Andrew's a little jealous. He's like, that's more my age, right, Andrew?
Am I right with that age? 15
Yeah,
years?
sounds
I don't
about
know,
right.
brother.
51. 51.
But he's saying she's 15 years younger.
Oh,
Yeah,
15
Kate's like
years. I
36.
think,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's about 15 years. Yeah.
I don't have that written down anyway.
He's like 36, 35 or 36.
Oh yeah, here we go. You lost Russ, so football's going to be weird. Yeah, and okay, we'll get you because it's going to be. I think Denver and Seattle start the opening game, right, Blunt Girl? So that's going to be right off the bat. You're not even going to have to wait for that match to happen. Russell's going to face his old team like right away. But that is
So,
interesting with Russell Wilson in Denver now.
Seattle, Buff.
Pacific
What's that, buddy?
Northwest.
What's her favorite team?
I see her talking about Seattle and the 49ers. Yeah. Yep. That's the last answer.
Save our Sonics.
There's rumors going around that.
Oh, she got Blazers too.
There's rumors going around that Baker Mayfield might be starting the season because depending on what happens with Deshaun Watson here, he might be suspended 2 years.
I heard that Baker Mayfield was excused from the initial mini camps and organized team activities, the OTAs, Andrew. Yeah, so he's going to have hard feelings because here he was just drafted a few years ago. He was going to be the future of the Cleveland Browns, and then all of a sudden they bring a guy in carrying sexual assault charges into town with him, has had more added on, was given guaranteed money. So I if I was Baker Mayfield, I wouldn't want to play for that team either. So I can't very well say that I blame him. But you're saying he might start, so I haven't heard like any kiss and make up. I thought that he was still kind of like, I'm bitter because you brought a guy in and paid him millions of dollars more than me.
Yeah, crazy, huh?
Guaranteed money.
I do not think he'll play to start the season, Watson.
Oh no way, no. He's not gonna play. He's not gonna play this whole year.
No. It seems like anytime they talk about it, some other victims come out of the woodwork. So it's just that's not looking good. It was foolish all the way around to give him guaranteed money to sign him. Any player with any those kind of charges hanging over your head is just seems ridiculous to me.
Even if he would have played this year, I just wasn't afraid of him. You know, like I just or not just him, that the whole Browns team, they just didn't stand out to me like they're gonna roll over people. They got Nick Chubb. You know, he's a great player. But the receiving core is depleted.
I think the Browns seem like they're always the Browns.
Yeah, they're kind of like the Chargers in the way they find a way to mess it up. But yeah, no, that'd be crazy if Baker would just be like, hey, let's play the season together. Let's kind of go to battle together, and maybe he can audition for other teams.
It's a mess. It's a mess. If Deshaun will ever play again,
I think at a minimum he will be suspended 2 seasons.
But I think what Andrew's saying isn't too far out of the question. I think maybe Baker and the Browns could kind of just come to like some kind of temporary agreement, like, hey, we both ain't got much better going on. Let's try to win some ball games. You increase your stock, and we'll try to get a little more for you.
It'd be interesting. Yeah, they might have to kiss and make up. So it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. Let's catch up on some of these Blunt Girl messages. All her jerseys must be burned now. And her teams, Seattle and Dallas. That's her faves. Let's see. Yes, the Watson thing is bizarre. I had a couple of these up.
Yeah, I just don't understand it. I'm like, okay.
That's okay. We touch on all of it, Blunt Girl. We appreciate you being here. All right, so now we'll hit this NHL real quick, and then we'll just move on to the next thing. The Stanley Cup Finals are going on. I know Marco. Shout out if you're watching. He hangs out with us on the Ghetto Basement. They're on Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Check that out, Ghetto Basement. And he's a sports guy. He lives out in Colorado. Big Avalanche fan. So shout out. I know he's happy because the Avalanche are up. First game, they won 4-3 in overtime. Andrei Burakovsky scored an overtime goal. He's a former Capital, so that was all very exciting. And they play again tomorrow night on ABC at 8 o'clock
can't wait.
at Colorado. So I know Marco will be shouting at his TV again.
Yeah. Got that drop?
Marco will be shouting. Oh, where'd I go? Not sure why I'm not getting it right now. I'll get back to you on that.
Yeah, and how about the Lightning, man?
Oh, I know what I did.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
That's our boy Mark over in the ghetto basement. He was doing we were doing the show live in Colorado, scored, and he went,
Oh yeah!
and that's a live reaction, so I had to get that one. So shout out Marco.
Yeah, that's a good one.
We're
That's
gonna cheer
heartfelt.
Yeah, even if
Guttural,
Lightning
yeah.
don't win this series, they still have the heart of a champion, man. 2-time
Yeah, well,
defending champs,
this is-
just wouldn't quit.
This is their third year in a row.
Yeah.
Third
Yeah,
year in the
so-
finals. So
Yeah, even if they don't win, man, you gotta, they're
Oh
no
yeah.
slouch.
Andrews-
They're the champs, man.
yeah, they are.
So
They've been a
yeah.
formidable team in the East for the last 3 years. Absolutely,
Yeah.
Bones.
Yep. Until someone knocks them off too, they're still the damn champs.
The only
Okay.
you think my Bucks will be up there with the best of them at next season?
Absolutely. Yeah, Chris, I mean they could have won the whole thing this year if they had Chris Middleton. They just need him back healthy. If they're healthy, they can beat anybody.
All right, Andrew. The other story you sent me, NFL, while we're doing some NFL stuff, is there was a story out there that was kind of hidden about Sean Payton. Sean Payton just recently retired as the head coach of the New Orleans Saints. And then they put this story out, Andrew. You want to talk about it a little bit?
But before he announced his retirement, was it the Dolphins?
Yes.
You
The
look
Dolphins.
at
Yes.
the Dolphins wanted him for 5 years, $100 million.
Yep. Contract would have made Peyton just the second coach to break the $100 million barrier, joining John Gruden at 10 years, $100 million. And I don't think that contract ended so well. I don't think it was all paid up.
Yeah, I don't think
Sean
he's going to
is
get all
an
that.
excellent I've often
Same.
wondered for years how the New Orleans Saints were going to exist without Drew Brees and Sean Payton once they moved on, and now we're seeing it.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
They had a long era down there. Okay, so another sports story we're going to get to. Oop. Boom. Oh, did I put it up? Let's see.
No, we don't see anything.
Here it comes.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to talk about some legal sports news. We're going to get into this a little bit. Now, Boneloads, like I said, Andrew and Boneloads, they hit me with stuff all week. We talk
Would
about.
you like
check
you
this out.
take this one since it's your story?
Hell yeah. So I'll set it up for Boneloads. And since this has got West Coast flavor, Boneloads is going to follow up on it. All right. So Dean Spanos sued by his sister. Dean Spanos is the current managing owner of the LA Chargers. I had to almost said San Diego. His sister accused him of misogynistic behavior as the legal battle continues over the control of the Los Angeles Chargers. So that's it in a nutshell. But some of the details are just
what the hell does that mean?
misogynistic. Basically talking down to women and minorities or people below them. You know.
Yeah, it's not the same thing as the Deshaun Watson, although it sounds like it.
Yeah,
You
but
know,
this is interesting in that this has to do with the brother and sister who are trying to wrestle control of the trust that owns the LA Chargers, basically. So this is basically a family fight, but being kind of the mud's being drug in the public.
And it's great. There's no greater thing than this. There's no more hated person in San Diego than Dean Spanos.
Is that
so the
right?
fact that there's internal drama, and that the fact that it's being reported that they're losing tons of money since leaving San Diego and being in LA, they're making a lot of people back home really happy.
So that's what the sister who's suing contends, that he put the trust and the team in financial despair by making the move to LA and everything. So that's one of her contentions. Bones.
Do you think if his sister wins the case, do you think they'll move back to San Diego?
Personally, no. A lot of people, want them to go back, but I think with Herbert being in town and, being in SoFi temporarily or, permanently, or, I'm not sure how that's going to work out, but being a contending team right now, that could win, one or two, or three, maybe in a very short time frame. I don't think they're going anywhere. No way in hell the city of LA lets the Chargers leave back. So Chargers, I mean, the San Diego's going to have to probably get an expansion team to play in the brand new stadium where the Aztecs are going to play next year.
Yeah.
So yeah, unfortunately, I think the Chargers going to San Diego it's a done deal. They're an LA team now. It's nice for the people of San Diego just to see Spanos get his ass handed to him and be shamed publicly, because he left the team. And he, left the city after 53 years or whatever. But no, I don't think that the team ever goes back because there's just too much going on right now, and everybody's jumping on the bandwagon. People love the Los Angeles Chargers because of Khalil Mack and the moves we made in the offseason and Justin Herbert. It's just too hot right now. Maybe way down the road, like 20 years, but right now, not happening. No way.
Yeah, so her contention is that they've been put into financial despair because of the move, and they're in serious debt. And all she wants is sounds like she wants money. She just wants the trust to be fulfilled, and she wants to sell the team. So it sounds like she's just trying to make the highest dollar for the team. But I'm going to read.
Yeah.
It's a long article, but I'm going to read just to give you a taste of the family insider fighting that's going on. I'm going to read one particular paragraph that she describes her brothers. Her married name is Berberian. And it says Berberian accuses brothers Dean and Michael of repeatedly acting out of their deeply held misogynistic attitudes and sense of entitlement as the men in the family. It goes on to say, and to rationalize their pitiful behavior, which she believes is intended to teach her that a woman has no rights, no matter what any trust instrument might say. And the last sentence says, the lawsuit also states that Dean and Michael, the two brothers, believe to their cores that regardless of what their parents intended and their will specified, that men are in charge and women should just shut up. That's what the sister said in the lawsuit. So
Wow,
you can see that it has a bit more to do with just business. There's obviously a lot of
it shows
family.
Dean Spanos is a dick, he doesn't get along with his own sister.
Family baggage there. Yeah, exactly. And so that was I thought that was a pretty interesting story, but kind of sad in a way because, when it comes down to money, it'll rip families apart and brothers and sisters will fight about it, right?
Probably a lot of sibling rivalry there.
I had to mention too, Dean didn't do anything. He inherited this team from his dad. His dad, A.G. Spanos, was the one that made the money and bought the team and ran it for years and years. He just inherited the team, and he's just been running it like shit. Yeah,
I read that Alex Spanos purchased the team in '84, and Dean was managing it by '94. So it's not like he just showed up and kind of kicking everybody out of the way. It sounds like he's been deeply involved in the organization for years. Now, whether he's a high character person or a cruddy person, I don't know because I'm not in that market and I don't have a vibe for that. You seem to believe that San Diego believes he's kind of getting what's coming to him or getting what his karma dealt him, basically.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
it is sad when the
super hated in San Diego. Like, it's crazy. Yeah.
And so loving the sports like we do and seeing the stories. Boneloads sent me 2 stories, not just one story about a family suit, but 2 sports stories with a family lawsuit. I'm going to share the second one, and I'll elaborate on this one because this one has to do with a team close to me, and that is the Baltimore Orioles. So Boneloads literally sent me these 2 stories at the same time. It's sad that there are families basically doing the same kind of thing. It says, Orioles CEO John Angelos wrested control of the team at expense of brother in the suit claims. So this is instead of brother and sister, this is the younger brother is contending that the older managing brother is manipulating the senior citizen mother and basically treating her like a puppet and running things and doing things that are not of the younger brother's approval. And so he's suing for what he sees as his portion of control of the team. And
I
that's the
think
sad
you
and stuff.
should sue for all of control because the team sucks under him.
That's a good point. So that's
Yeah.
kind of what the younger brother's saying, but he might be saying it because he wants control, which is obvious. But the interesting thing that has happened since this lawsuit has been announced is that I think the Angelos family has owned the Orioles since the early '90s. Peter Angelos is a lawyer, and his wife, they're longtime residents. We haven't heard a peep out of Mrs. Angelos the entire time they've been here. Within 3 to 4 days after this lawsuit happened, she put out 4 supportive yet scathing tweets, basically saying, I am the sole attorney for Peter Angelos' estate, that no other brothers, no one's being manipulated. These are the people who are running it. This is why, and telling the younger son that you owe your brother and the family an apology. So it's all just really ugly. And they were also spreading rumors to spice up the lawsuit. And because the Orioles are not really performing well, that threatening that the Orioles might relocate to Nashville, Tennessee, because there is a family of the brother that originated from Nashville, from Tennessee. So there's been rumor going around for a while with the Orioles not performing well that they might move here, they might move there.
Yeah, I don't see that happening.
So it's all
there's like tradition there, Camden Yards and
so she, they assured as long as as Fort McHenry is standing that the Orioles will be part of the fabric of Baltimore, basically.
Okay, so speaking of relocating and locating and all that, I think the Tampa Bay Rays need to move somewhere.
They at least need a new stadium.
Yeah, I guess the commissioner came out and said that Tampa and Oakland need new stadiums, otherwise they're going to have no choice but to relocate.
What's wrong with the stadiums?
Super old, not up to today's standards. They're like old stadiums, like dome stadiums, or like
they're old dome stadiums, Bobby Nick. They were kind of used for other uses before they got there, and so they are so.
Well, Oakland's outside, but yeah, it's Coliseum is so freaking old and out of date.
Coliseum is terribly old out there. Yeah, I mean
Sorry,
Raiders and that's okay. The A's and the Raiders have used the hell out of that place for decades, right? What I was about to say, Bones, is that Tampa Bay Stadium is an indoor stadium because of the heat, but it's called like the little Thunderdome down there or whatever, and it has a low ceiling, Bobby Nick, so much so that they have to have special rules if a pop fly like hits off of a girder or something or off a catwalk. That's how like ill fit the team is in the stadium. So
really,
and it's just not an attractive place to come to see a ball game. It doesn't show up on TV well. It's
typically there's only like 3,000 people that come to ball games.
Right. Yet, Andrew, as you discussed. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, they don't look like traditional ballparks. They're these big, giant stadiums that are out of date. The ballparks are more smaller capacity.
Yep.
Milwaukee, even though the stadium is 20 years old, it still looks new. It still looks fresh. It still looks.
You're talking about you got Miller Park, right?
Yep.
AmFam. No.
Is that what?
Oh, they changed it.
Oh.
Yeah, what was that called? What is it called? FM?
It's AmFam Field. American Family Insurance.
Wow.
Right on.
They found the next highest bidder to pay for the name. Yeah, I always knew it as Miller Park when they were building it.
But
right.
It still looks new. It still looks.
I bet a lot of local Milwaukee people probably still call it Miller Park. Kind of like we still call Qualcomm Jack Murphy, Yeah.
Jack Murphy Stadium. That's a throwback name, Bones. I remember that one. The Murph, right? Jack Murphy Stadium, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's cool.
I certainly do. It's like, screw that. Miller Park.
Exactly. Man, we're going to
send you down that slide
next time.
I'd pay to see that. I'd pay to see that.
Andrew, he said he still calls it Miller, yeah.
Okay. All right, let's move on a little NASCAR real quick. We'll touch on that. So last week, they were out in Sonoma Valley in California, and that was the we discussed that. That was the road course.
Speaking of NASCAR, my friend works in NASCAR. Would you guys like to have him on?
Yeah.
Sure, certainly. What capacity does he work in NASCAR, Andrew?
He does collages. He's an ambassador for it because he has cerebral palsy. And
cool.
Well, anyone you know that think could contribute to this show, your sports show, you're more than welcome, buddy.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. I'd love to meet him.
Bring him on.
Or do you have any suggestions yourself as soon as the show gets formidable that we could bring on?
We'll have to see. We'll have to see who we can get. All right, so we'll just go. Let's go over this real quick. They had the road course race out in California in Sonoma. As opposed to just going in a circle, they did the road course. And the winner was Daniel Suarez. Now, what's interesting about Daniel Suarez is he's like an F1 Indy racer. He's done it all. So we discussed how not all of the NASCAR drivers who are just used to driving in circles perform well at these road courses. And so normally it takes a person that has road course experience to win this NASCAR sanctioned race in a NASCAR. And that's exactly what happened this week in Daniel Suarez. Let me pull this up real quick. For those who don't know, Daniel Suarez is he's a auto racer, F1, IndyCar, and now NASCAR. Daniel Suarez makes sure Mexico is the only country on that list. So he is a driver of Mexican descent, and he is the only person of Mexican descent to win an F1 race, an IndyCar race, and now a NASCAR race. So that's a unique distinction for anybody, but it's a point of pride for him being from Mexico. So
cool.
I thought that was a cool story. So
and that was the one from the other day, the last week. That was wasn't just the left turns. Yeah, up in
not a lot of Mexicans in racing, or what?
No, Bobby, I don't think, because NASCAR racing emanated from the south of the United States, like Georgia and the Atlanta area and the Carolinas. It's typically, those type people, white people from that area. And, only in recent years are other kind of races getting in. They've had a few females. They've had Danica Patrick and a couple other. So they've had women and, so you have.
Yeah, over time it'll continue to get more diverse. There's definitely, we got Bubba and.
Bubba, yep.
And
so Daniel Suarez. So so that's why it is more of a point of pride, Bobby Nick, in that, because it is so rare, not only to win in all three of those sanctioning bodies, and there's three different types of racing, but the fact that he was of Mexican descent. So
well, that's pretty cool. That's awesome.
I made that a story this week. And go ahead, Andrew.
Could I do a plug for my Instagram real quick? Sorry, I haven't been using it. I'm still trying to figure out why it's not letting me post.
You still haven't figured that out yet, huh?
I will try to figure out to get that up and running, because I'm not going to stop till I figure that out. But that's why I'm not posting, because I don't want to. It's just.
I was wondering why you weren't filling up my feed lately.
Yeah, it's actually kind of sad because I'm so used to it already, And now
have you tried to post anything that's not your junk? I'm just kidding.
It's kind of different for me too, because I get so nice comments on my videos, and I miss that. It's like,
try building your YouTube up, man. I've seen you go live on there before. That was fun.
Cool.
I just posted a new. Leave my Instagram up there, because I'm still gonna try to figure it out. But
I think Blunt Girl says you should go to Lonely Fans.
Let me bring it up. That's on my screen.
I could probably benefit from that too.
It's fucking hilarious. Oh, okay, they're talking in the chat. Let's see what. Boom. Andrew, have you ever taken YouTube rabbit hole? Oh, and the slapping competitions, yeah. Like Slap Mountain.
Those are crazy.
Yeah, we'll have to feature some of that. That's a good suggestion, Scott. We haven't done that on here yet. I've seen some Slap Mountain.
Yes,
You ever seen it?
I have actually. They actually knock people the fuck out doing that. Like, they're actually knocked on their ass.
Yeah, I've seen a few.
Fuck out. It's like, whoa, from a slap? That must be a hard ass one.
Right? I didn't even think about that.
Let's see what I can pull up here real quick.
They're like knocked the fuck out. Like,
Black Girl says Cowbird loves it too.
Oh yeah, the Cowbird turned me on to it. Shout out Cowbird. He sent me that one time. I was laughing my ass off when he sent me Slap Mountain.
Yeah.
I got a little clip, and this looks like. I'll play a little bit of it. Give everybody a taste of Slap Mountain.
it's an actual sport.
Just over the next hill, the beaten path, you'll find Big Wayne's compound.
That's a big boy.
A secluded
Yeah, I'd be
mountain
like, no, I don't want to get slapped by him. I'm out.
craziest bunch of thrill-seeking hillbillies you ever saw. You won't find it on the map. It's easy to miss. But if you get an invite, take them up on it.
Shout out Cowbird.
Holy
But
crap.
BYOB and bring a lawn chair. There's lots to see, including the most bizarre slap fighting league around. And let me tell
He
you,
lost a tooth.
these boys know how to put on a show.
Oh.
So hop in the truck, y'all, because we're headed out to Slap Mountain.
They had his iPod headphones.
Cream pie Oakland here on site
Apple
at Big
headphones.
Wayne's place.
You gotta
Underground out here with local ladies man, Big Pop, James Mayhem, James today in the first round of the slap fight. You got Red
Let's see if I
Solo
can get
Cup. I
some.
hear you've been talking about
Actually,
That dude's probably fathered like 8 kids out of wedlock with 7 different women.
I like how they do the promos and it.
Is this exclusive to YouTube, or do
Slap
they have
Mountain.
like a TV deal?
My
or
name is
anything
JT
like that?
Tilly, and I am so excited to share with you what we have discovered down in the Deep South. My co-host this afternoon is Jeff, and Jeff, we're going to get started with our first competitor.
This guy.
It's Big James Mayhem. Big James is a divorced single dad and man from Moody, Alabama, and he's very excited to be competing today.
They are funny, Blind Girl. Like,
See?
he hit me
So
too
they
hard,
put like
he hit
a
my ear.
ear things in so it doesn't like pop their eardrums, I guess.
Contest coming up, James versus
Versus this guy. Stepping out of the tree line now, I am told this is the most feared man in this area. He goes only by the name Red Solo Cup.
Oh, here
Yeah,
he
make
comes.
sure you get super hydrated before
And
you
there he
slap
is
in the
right
face.
there, folks. I understand this man is a stone cold killer.
That's gonna matter.
Red Solo Cup
Might as well
stepping
drink
into the
beer.
ring now. There he is waving at his fan.
His fan.
Okay, we've got Red Solo Cup in the red t-shirt, and we've got
Okay, they
Big
get mouth
James
guard, that's
Mayhem
fine.
in the white
Does
boxers.
this look like a good matchup? guys?
Whoa, no.
Yeah.
song contest coming up now.
Like, I should be
That was
doing
a
nothing
bad
but
referee,
running
Jeff.
from that guy.
The referee
I can see
is
the way this is
John
going to
Ware.
go.
Join the coin toss.
How many points do you get if you slap the guy out of the ring?
Okay, Big James doesn't like to waste time. He's going to go ahead and start right away.
Jan get
I
the
mean, can
first
that guy,
slap.
can that smaller guy even reach his face?
Big ham hock across the side of the face by Big
We're gonna
James
find out.
Mayhem. And look at the rage in the face of Red Solo Cup. He's going to return fire.
Ah, what was
And now the stare down.
You just made him mad.
James in the face. Now it's a break.
Now, there is no
I'm just
love
like-
lost between these two competitors, Jeff.
shooting a grizzly bear with a 9mm in the foot.
Everything else is legal.
He's
This
gonna piss it
reminds
up.
me of the UFC when they
Red
first
Solo
started
Cup's
and they
wife
didn't
told
have
him
any
if he
weight
loses this
classes.
fight, don't bother coming home
No
tonight.
shit.
Watch
this.
This some bitch is hardcore. He said,
We'll watch one more slap. One more round.
checks will be cash money.
Yes, sir. You ready? You ready? Well, number
He's
two.
really not
Hey,
ready.
James.
Coming up.
Now that was a
That
fantastic.
fool's head.
He sure did. That was a fantastic slap.
He slapped the cotton out that fool's head. So y'all get the idea on that. We don't want to spend all night on that.
Ouch.
Shout out, Scott. I hope y'all enjoyed that. And anybody that might not have seen it before, that's some crazy
So is
shit.
that like
I never
is
seen
that
a cop.
is that like exclusive to YouTube, or do they have like their own website or anything like that? Or
Yeah, I think you
Does
just go to
anybody
Slap.
know?
Just type in Slap Mountain on YouTube. That's all I did, dude. Slap Mountain,
I think they're
and they
a
have all
publicly
kind of
traded
matches.
company.
Are they publicly
are they
traded?
really?
Oh, I don't know, bro. Dude, nowadays,
Maybe he was
hey,
making a joke.
anything goes nowadays, bro. Anything goes.
Yeah,
Wouldn't
you
surprise
never
me
know.
none. Rednecks
Yeah, I
making
think
more
they're
money
on-
than all of us slapping each other silly. It wouldn't surprise me one bit, brother.
Yeah, I think they're under Robinhood as fucked.
I'm gonna buy some stock right now.
All right. But we talked about this last week too while we finish up on NASCAR. You didn't get your chance last time. So guess what? They're coming out again. It's official. The Clash, the Busch Clash will return to the LA Memorial Coliseum in 2023. Sunday, 2023. LA Memorial Coliseum. Car racing action.
I will
I
be there.
just want to say, Cowbird just popped into the chat, and so
Bro, what's
got
up?
Cowbird.
What's up, Cal?
You get a kiss too there, brother. There's Cal. There's the lover. I love seeing all the love. Thanks for not only coming out and showing us love, but talking to each other and hanging out with us together. We appreciate it. All right,
It's
so
always fun.
yeah, Bones. So yeah, you're gonna have your chance this year. I think that's pretty neat. How the LA Coliseum has held Olympics and the Raiders. I mean, everyone's played there. Now they've had the NASCAR racing there.
Yep.
That should be interesting.
Oh,
Yeah, and there's like
What do they
100,000
use
seats
it
or
for
something.
now?
Maybe not now, but sorry, what, Andrew?
what do they use it for now on a regular basis?
That's a good question.
USC football. They just remodeled it a few years back, and just random
Yeah, I
stuff.
think
Probably concerts.
born-
Whatever.
Like it was born. It was built at like the beginning of the 20th century, I think, right? Or 21st century.
Yeah. Yep.
Like in the
Yeah,
early 1900s.
that baby's over
I should say.
100 years old. 120 years old,
Yeah.
probably something like that. Yeah.
What?
Right, and they basically put a buffer in and like made it like a little paper clip. You know, I think they call Bristol the paper clip. Well, this truly looks like a paper clip. If you look at this track configuration, it was kind of interesting spectacle. So I thought I'd bring that up to you, Bones. Give you a chance to make it next year.
Before we leave
No,
out,
yeah. Thank you for letting me know.
before we leave out this shiznit, I'd like to know how much Coliseum seats.
Oh, I
He
thought you
just
were
said
going
like over
another direction there.
100,000, but I think since the recent remodel, maybe not that many, but probably like maybe still 180 to 100,000 people. It's a lot of people.
We appreciate you thinking about us, Blunt Girl, and making us part of your weekend. Hope you get it started off right. Enjoy hanging out with some friends, talking about sports. Love the love. Thank you all very much.
That'd be cool, man. I can't wait. I'll have to report from it.
The sports with the sportsman and BF and Bones.
Hell yeah.
What am I,
Oh,
Andrew?
man.
Chop fucking liver? Here.
Oh.
Just kidding, buddy.
So
Our brother, our friend, Bobby Nick.
So let's take
He's our sideline reporter.
let's take bets real
I'm an
quick.
observer. I give the.
Were you taking, brother? You need a break real quick?
Let's take bets real quick on
Oh,
if
bets.
Brady, Brady is going to retire after this year.
Who can take bets on that? What, this retirement only lasted like 41 days or 44 days?
Yeah, I'm
something
gonna
like
say
that?
no.
Yeah, I'm not putting any money on Tom Brady playing or not. Yeah, he ain't taking my money.
Even after the huge contract he got.
That's a good point. Andrew makes a good point in that Tom Brady has table money waiting for him, like more money than he ever made as a player. He's got a 10-year TV contract awaiting him.
I forgot about that.
10 years, $325 million.
How about this, brother? He might take a couple hits and go, you know what? That one, normally I don't take off for a play, but that one really hurt. And I got $300 million waiting for me. He might, what I'm saying is he might not even make it through the season. If he starts taking a couple of them hits and starts thinking about that table money that's waiting for him. So we'll have to see. Hey, Andrew, I got a baseball play I want to share with you. Now, you're the big baseball fan.
Yep.
So let me get it up here if I can find it. Hopefully, yes, it is. Okay. Shout out to Marco. Marco sent me this. This is titled, "This Has Got to Be the Most Embarrassing Play in Baseball History." I was hoping Marco was here to share it with us, but he gave it to us for the show, and I'm going to share it with you right now. Check this out, Andrew.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
I've seen it.
I'll start it.
You have gotta be kidding me.
Wait for it to loop.
Keep going. Go. Think you're invincible. That is incredible.
Watch. Okay, so he hits the ball. It should be an automatic out at first, but he doesn't touch the bag. He misses the tag. The runner from third scores, no out.
Wow, you gotta be kidding me.
Then the runner goes back to first.
Nobody's there.
Also no out.
You have gotta be kidding me. Javi Baez. Keep going. Go.
What do you think about that, Andrew?
The whole infield should be benched after that. That was horrible.
Boy, Andrew, I don't want to be my baseball manager or my judge against my life in court because you're a hard ass, brother.
No doubt.
Putting Jeff Hardy in jail for 3 years, suspended him for 3 years.
At least they should be talking to. Like
Andrew will send you up the river.
I'm telling you, they should get a stern talking to.
What was that? Like, I'd be like, dude, why?
Hey, Andrew, it had to be 2 outs because the runner was rounding third, and they only run round third, in on a ground ball when it's 2 outs and there's no fear of being the third out. So he was just comfortably, running home, and then just didn't realize that all that other stuff, all they had to do was touch first base, and the inning probably would have been over.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Get it touch first. Yeah.
Blunt girl's like, is this Little League? Ouch.
Isn't it? Thanks to shout out Marco.
They're like tell the kids, they're like, go get him, go tag him, go tag him, go run.
Yeah. June, right. See that's better, yeah. Yep. All right, folks. Well, we got a couple more things we're gonna do here. Let's see. 1 and 2. All right. I know Andrew wanted to show this one, and this is kind of funny. So while we're on the baseball tip, I'll share this one real quick. We want to thank everybody for hanging out with us on your Friday night.
Damn right, yeah.
Thanks for choosing the Sports Heads for your Friday night entertainment.
Blunt girl,
we'll be
cowbird. And,
we'll be landing the plane soon. We're bringing the train to the station, but before that, we got a couple more clips for you.
Can't forget Scott.
All right, Andrew. So for the fans watching, explain what the PitchCom system is and why that clip is funny.
They're trying to come up with a system that it's harder to steal signs from pitcher to batter on second base, that type shit. So they come up with PitchCom, which is pretty much an automated system that's in your ear, basically telling you what the pitch is, and it could come in multiple languages, um, Japanese included, he must have had a malfunction in the junction there, and that's why he was looking crazy.
So that's why he thought he was hearing music through his. So
yeah, so like it comes out of your glove. It's like, so make sure you yell loud enough for everyone to hear you.
Yeah, so I was doing a little research on it. So shout out to Andrew. That's a story Andrew gave to me about PitchCom.
Yeah, it's great. No, it's yeah.
So this is all part of the push for Major League Baseball to add more technology to the game. And we talked about possibly the laser strike zones coming up in the future, but this PitchCom is actually being offered right now. And what it is a arm thing that the catcher wears. And rather than the batter overhear what pitch he's calling for to the pitcher, he simply hits a digit or something that will speak that pitch he wants into the pitcher's ear, and the pitcher can wear an earpiece or have a different way, so he doesn't have to audibilize it. He can just go. And so the pitchers were talking about how it's a great benefit because they don't have to wait to get the ball thrown back and then wait for a sign and then hope that no one is stealing it. Like, they can instantaneously just keep giving. So they're hoping that it speeds up the game. It stops the sign stealing, as Andrew so eloquently said. So it's just another
pretty fancy schmancy.
Yeah, I really like it. It's technology that's actually good for the game. It's not taking away from anyone. No one's going to lose a job over it, or
Yeah, that's a good point. But what do you think about the comparison to the old days, to where
you got to put up Calvert's last comment?
Thank you. I bet someone finds a way to. Of course, yeah, I would think so, Calbird. Yeah, like if you can bring, like a CB or a walkie-talkie.
Yeah, Bill
someone's gonna hack it with a computer
right now.
Absolutely. So that kind of would back up my point, maybe in a way, in that part of baseball for me was always, you knew that people were stealing your signs. So what you did is that you countered. You threw false signs. You threw fake signs. You had two coaches throw a sign, but you only acknowledged one coach. So now you're taking some of the mental chess and the sportsmanship out of the game. At least that's kind of my point of view, how it could affect the game. Did anybody feel that way about the old way with the signs? Andrew?
I like the sign stealing, the chess match of everything.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
I read an article, and it also said that they offer 3 other earpieces that they can give out to first baseman, third baseman, shortstop. They can give them out to other players, and so the other players have identified, saying it's really good because they don't have to spend time trying to look in at the catcher and steal the sign to figure out, should they be favoring this position, the side of the field, or that side of the field, depending on how the guy is going to hit. So it's kind of fascinating how it's not only changing the pitch choices, but it's also changing the way that the defense lines up prior to the pitch, Bones.
As I heard, each team is allowed to have 7 pitch comms on the field at a time.
7? Now, I don't know if that counts the managers or not, but I've heard the pitcher and 3, so there might be different numbers.
Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah.
Whether it's 3 or all of them, the technology is still fascinating in that it's just, now you're introducing something to the game that just hasn't been there the whole time it's been there. So I just thought that was kind of interesting.
Me too.
All right. Yeah. Oh shit. Okay. Yeah. I thought I had mine, and let's see.
And when is Forbidden Door?
Forbidden Door, I believe, is the last Saturday in June, right? June 26th. Is that what it is?
Because someone may or may not need to help pay for that, because I really want to watch that shit.
Forbidden Door, yeah. For those who don't know it, Forbidden Door is a big pay-per-view coming up. I know Andrew's excited about it. I might be watching it too. And the AEW wrestling company is teaming up with the New Japan wrestling company, and they're having a match where they're combining the company's wrestlers. So you're going to have the best in the AEW wrestle the best in New Japan wrestling, and they're doing it all in one big pay-per-view. And I know that Andrew's real excited about that. Let's see, Kyle, what do we got, brother? You guys, come on. will be an asshole and accidentally give an ear. Oh, accident, right? They'll be picking it up in their Bluetooth in the stands, Cowbird. Like, what the hell? I think he's going to throw a curveball. Somebody just said curveball in my ear. You know, I don't know. Yeah, so I wouldn't doubt any of that, brother. Right? So I don't even know if that is the answer to sign stealing. I do believe right because people wanting to win is going to cause the next innovation in cheating. Basically,
one last thing about baseball, and we could wrap this thing up in the station because it's on my mind now, and I'm probably gonna forget about it if I don't bring it up.
Go ahead,
now that we're almost halfway through a season with the universal DH, do you like it or not like it?
Well, I think you might have to be a better one to answer that than me because, well, I'm in an American League park, so I don't really know. I don't really feel no difference. I might not feel the difference like you do.
Boneloads, what do you think about it?
About the new rule, I think it's cool. I think it's something to definitely try out. See how it goes.
Yeah, I wonder if there's any if the batting averages have improved or the scoring has improved now that the pitchers aren't hitting. Are they getting those key hits that they weren't getting when they were just giving up that spot to the pitcher?
Next week we should fish out some of the stats if there isn't any backup visible and put the numbers to the test, and next week we should put that to bed.
All right. Well, we'll have to see, brother. All right. Let's do a little quick thing we do. Do that. Let's get some shout outs. Let's get some credits here. Here's Boneloads, our boy Boneloads. If you go on Twitter, he goes by Travi and Cali. Shout out Boneloads. There's his stuff. We already gave you Andrew's Instagram. That's mine. Bob's stuff.
You could also give them my Twitter, my Andrew Flora 1 Twitter.
There you go.
I'm using that more now that my Instagram is.
Okay, well, I'll have to get a banner made up for that, buddy. You see Bobby Nick on Instagram. He's always putting some cool stuff out about the refaces and ghetto basement and lots of fun stuff. Oh, and he was in here earlier, but I didn't get him on yet. Sorry, bro. Shout out.
Did you follow me on TikTok? Bobby Nick?
I don't know. What are you?
Andrew Flora Sangster. Sangster Flora.
Now I have a TikTok, but I couldn't tell you. I've never created a TikTok. I just go on there and view stuff. I would have no idea how to do that. TikTok is not my strength. All right, so real quick, we're going to do a sports education.
I am following you, Andrew, on TikTok. I am following you.
Did you see how many followers I have? I have over 5,000.
I see that. Holy mackerel!
Braggart.
Are they all mostly porn?
No.
People lost phone loads. I don't know if your phone overheated, brother, or if you had to skip out. Phone loads. Come back if you can.
We love
bro.
you. We love you,
yeah,
dude.
man. Sorry if we drag on a little too long. We're going a little deep tonight, but we're going to finish up with two things here, and then going to bring this train into the station. All right, Andrew? All right, yep. So our sports education statement, if you will, or our segment, we're going to talk about the knee injuries. With NFL season coming up and the training camps coming up, you're going to start hearing these letters thrown around more and more. The ligaments in the knee.
MCL, ACL, whatever. PCL,
well, if you look at your screen,
whatever.
Yes. Damn, see? My man knows them off the top of his head. Yes, because these terms are thrown out.
But I don't know what they stand for.
There he is. Hang on a second, Andrew. Let's bring him in real quick. Let's bring in Owen. What's up, O?
Yo. What's going on?
What's up, bro?
Been having internet trouble all fucking day, bro.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
bro.
You got storms out there or what?
I'm trying to. Oh, there you go. I was trying to get over that bitch. I was like, yeah. But nah, bro. It's just we got. I mean, I'm sure it's other states. People probably heard of Spectrum, and they're pretty shitty sometimes. I ain't never had no trouble with it, but now that the weather's trying to change, I think it's about that time. You know what I mean?
Storms are rolling through. Well, shout out, Owen. I'm glad you popped in a little bit. You can catch Owen on the Ghetto Basement Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays at 8:05. We mix it up. I'm on there Mondays and Thursdays. We mix it up and have fun. I go on there and play with my little soundboards, and we all hang out and have a good time together. So if you're ever down or depressed during the week, you need a little pick-me-up, come join us on Mondays and Thursdays and Saturdays, and we'll bring up your spirit a little bit, and we'll all get through this together. All right, so check out the Ghetto Basement.
We should also plug the SMF Rewind with
Absolutely.
Blunt Girl and Cowbird.
Well, we must.
And Austin.
Cowbird. What we got here? Scott, steroids, pork bats, stealing signs, foreign substance, and baseball. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. That's the good classic saying, ain't it, Scott? And I think that you and Cowbird, and we all agree on that no matter what the technology, if the desire to win is there, somebody gonna find a way.
But isn't that in any sport though?
Yeah, that's kind of what we're getting. There you go. There's Cowbird. I see y'all talking it up in the chat. There you go. Yeah. Cowbird. All right, so let's do that.
Hold on. Cowbird, is that you guys having a show tomorrow night?
You might.
It's Sunday.
Sunday, right? Yeah.
Could you?
Yeah, it's Sunday.
Send me the link to that one. So.
Yeah.
I will try to.
Saturday
We got to shout you out. We love you guys, man. I love being SMF. You guys see me up in your live chat all the time. So I'm not saying twisting arms or anything, but I love you. You love me, and I love hanging out SMF. It's getting better every week.
Because I've been a Twisted Sister fan, I've been an SMFer for a long time, but I love being this kind of SMFer. This is awesome.
Right.
There you go. But BF, I like how that name's got around, bro. I like that.
Which one, bro?
BF.
Oh yeah, it gets all around. Everybody knows me's BF. It's easier to say when you got Bobby, Bobby who, Bobby this, Bobby 1, Bobby 2. It's just BF. I'm your brother. I'm your friend. Bobby Fran.
A funny thing about that is the first time you came on, it just came to my head. I just said it right off the top of my mouth, and that was like I didn't think about it or nothing, and I just said BF, and it stuck.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll be there. I got nothing to do on Sunday.
Well, somebody will hook you up with the link. I was going to try to make you a banner real quick, guys, but let's see.
Andrew, what day of the week?
Cowbird, are you guys public now? Are all the videos public now, or still private just to the Discord?
See if he shows up in the chat.
Yeah, this shit sounds mad different without my headphones.
Does it?
Did you? Oh, she did? All right. Well, hey, I'm not taking credit for it. If you did that, then word up.
Oh, I didn't see that. Whatever.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
Let me get him.
Oh, okay.
No, like I said, I didn't think about it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that's cool.
Oh,
bro.
you can share, blood girl. That's cool.
Hey,
but so shout out.
I got him 3 days. I got him 2 days a week, though.
All right, so for those of you watching who might not be in our little circle and everything, we got Cowbird and we got Blunt Girl up in the chat, and they're our good friends that we all learned in our little podcast community, and they do the SMF show. It's the Shuli and Miserable Men fan show, and it's Rewind. Shuli Miserable Men Fans Rewind show. And they go over the last week's show from Shuli show and the Miserable Men show, and it's fun and it's getting better and better every week. They had Mike Morse, they had Mark Burns on there. They just brought the level up last week. Them guys, you could tell them guys were actually having so much fun hanging out with the fans, and it is a great time, and it's just picking up momentum. You get more clips every week, and if there's certain things that went down on the show or you were distracted, Cowbird and Blunt Girl and Austin, shout out. They all they got it all covered, and they play lots of cool clips, and they show you stuff from back in the days when Miserable Men was on Sirius satellite radio, some of the inside stuff that you might not know. So check that out. Shuli Show is on Patreon, and the Miserable Men on Patreon. You check those shows out, and if you jump in on the Discord, they share the link in the Discord, and we all hop on that link after on Sundays after the Miserable Men Tier 2 bonus show. So that was a
Discord's
mouthful.
wild, bro. I could never fuck with
Discord
There's
is
too much
wild.
shit going on in there.
Discord is actually easy to use, man.
If it's easy for you, I gotta be fucked up if it's easy for you.
I'm
That's
in like 10 different Discords, dude.
Well, Bobby,
Really?
Bobby, Nick, I expect that coming from you. I'm just glad you don't have to spend money for it.
I'm just in one Discord. That's all I can handle. It's the Shuley Show Discord. It has
damn.
the Miserable Men, and we share all that stuff from
Yeah.
the community. And we share that Who Are These Podcasts? I saw a new one today, Blunt Girl. I'm always sharing them with Blunt Girl and Austin. So it's just a great community, and that's why they're here, and that's why we're all here. We're all here because of Shuley and all the guys, and I'm just loving doing all this with you. So
Yeah,
shout
it's
out.
always awesome to have a bonus show to watch after the Miserable
You
Men.
ain't no lie there, bro. That's straight up.
I have
Right,
to get with ISO and see if I could get
ISO.
ISO?
ISO.
ISO?
Yeah, ISO. I'm gonna call him that from now on. From now on, he's ISO. Fuck that shit. All right, what's up with this knee? What's up with this
All right,
knee?
so yeah, real quick, we'll finish this up and we're gonna wrap this thing up so we can go on to doing what we're gonna do the rest of this weekend. So yeah, so with the football camp starting, you're gonna hear a player he ripped his PCL, he ripped his MCL, he ripped his ACL. These are all ligaments that are part of the knee. And I never really know which one does what, but you also know when you hear it, it's not anything good, and they're normally out for a year. So you can see through this diagram.
Although
the
PCL and MCL could be managed, the ACL is the major one.
The anterior cruciate ligament. So here are the names for the acronyms for the letters. The ACL is the anterior cruciate ligament, the ligament located in the center of the knee that controls rotation and forward movement of the tibia, which is also known as the shin bone. So that's just one ligament. Then the PCL, the posterior cruciate ligament, the ligament located in the back of the knee that controls backward movement of the tibia. So one controls the front, so you get the picture that they control all the sides of motion in the knee. And if you strain one of these or break one of them, it's not good for the overall stability of your knee. So when you hear these terms thrown out as the football season starts and your favorite player is out and they say PCL, MCL, ACL, you might have a little better idea of, what it means and how long that player might be out. So
what is the recovery period for each?
I can't say that I researched that, Andrew, but I know it's a long time. Now, I will tell you this, that with the ACL, I think my wife, as they say, many years ago, went and did an aerobics class. She wasn't terribly warmed up. She come home and she said, "Bob, I heard something pop." And I was like, "What?" She's like, "No, something popped." So my wife did rupture her anterior cruciate ligament doing basic aerobics. And but because like Andrew said, it can be managed, she's managed it through physical therapy and strength training and never got it reattached. So
how long ago did that happen?
That's been many years now. That's been over 5 years now.
I've had knee surgery as recent as about 3 years ago, and that shit is not fun.
Yeah. Yeah, my mother-in-law had both of her knees replaced, and it wasn't great to go through. But once she had it done, she was up and going again. So
new quality of life.
That's just that's our sports education segment. We hope try to teach everybody ourselves and hopefully y'all something every week. So fellas,
I know I'm learning.
Hope y'all have fun. Andrew, have you had a fun show tonight, sir?
Yep.
Did you get everything out tonight, sir?
And as we end tonight, 2 men on, 1 out in the ninth, 5-4, but the Reds are threatening.
Good shit.
There's Andrew, always with the updates.
Andrew, when are you going up? When are you gonna go up to bat, bro?
It's your turn.
All right, so earlier in the show, we saw that baseball play that was kind of a bonehead play.
Oh, and yeah, can I say something about that real quick? Can I say something about that? Bro, that shit, I remember, because I think Blunt Girl said, what is that, Little League? Something happened like that when my nephew was playing one of his baseball games one time when he was a kid. So as soon as she said that, I was like, yo, that's hilarious. But yo,
it's like that Benny Hill music plays in your head when you see that going on.
Exactly. Oh, what's up, Ken?
Hey, Ken, how you doing? We saw him early. Good to see you again. We're going to bring the train in the station, Ken, but stay there because I got a funny clip to show you. This is our clip of the week. Let me get that ready. Whoop. Wait a minute. Get my shit ready. Here's our clip of the week. All right, this is funny. This is a good one. I hope y'all enjoy this. We thank y'all for joining us. We are the Sports Heads. You got Andrew. You got Boneloads that already dipped out from a hot phone. You got our Bobby Nick moderating. You got our special guest host coming in, sliding in at the end, Owen, and the Ghetto Basement. Check him out tomorrow, Saturday, 8:05. You want to have some fun on your Saturday night. All right? So it's all that. I got a real Little League play for you now. Those other players didn't have an excuse. These kids have an excuse. Check out how this kid decided to make it out. The first baseman caught the ball, and there was
shit.
Oh, he just knocked him out.
Hey, shout out to Scott Fitzpatrick, yo. You number one,
hey,
kid.
Scott. Hey,
Scott.
Hell yeah, Scott. Shout out Scott and JT and Carl. I know y'all creeping a lot of times, or sometimes you jump in the chat and say hi. We appreciate all the support in the Ghetto Basement and all the love. We love hanging out with you guys. I know we'll see you on the other shows. I might not see you Saturday, but I'll see you Monday and Thursday, Scott. All right. So, Andrew, is that it, sir? Do you have any more updates?
One more to go. Man,
one more out.
First and third, Joey Votto.
Update. It's Andrew.
All right, yo. Well, like I said, we are the Sports Heads. We got Andrew. We got Bobby Nick. I'm your brother, your friend, Bobby Fran, BF. You heard it. Till next Friday, episode 7. We hope you enjoy your weekend. We hope you have a good week. Vinny, Ken. Come on, got dance. Bobby Nick, come on, we'll see your moves, brother. We got, there it is. We'll do the Frankie. Shout out Frankie if you're watching. Boneloads and everybody in the chat. JT, I didn't see it, but Scott. Let me see. We got a couple more comments. Thank you, Cowbird. Thank you, Scott. Shout out, brother. It's always good hanging out with you. Let's do it again real soon. Till next week, boys. Till next time.
Cowbird.
See you next time we see you. Peace and love. We're out.
Boom, boom.
Peace.
Peace on.